Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel Life as Danny. I'm super excited to have you here today. Hopefully you decide to stick around and subscribe. As you can tell by the title, I am doing my October Shop My Stash. So September flew by so incredibly fast, it's actually getting scary. Like, come on, where does the time go? Please slow down just a little bit. As I always do, I'm gonna go ahead, pull out the makeup that I had for the previous month, talk about a few things, and then I'll put everything away, and then we can shop my stash for October. So there was a tragedy that happened a couple days ago. The top of my vanity is glass and it broke. There's a huge like half circle, it's missing glass. I'm very sad, but it's gonna get fixed like ASAP. So I'm gonna show you guys probably that later. I usually set my baskets down and give you guys an overview, but it's gonna be a little bit different. So anyways, let's just go ahead and start off with the palettes. So I pulled 4 palettes for the month of September, and I used them quite a bit except for one of them, and it was this one. It's a Naked Urban Decay Heat palette. I probably used this once. But yeah, I wanted to pull up more fall tones, and I wanted to pull more fall tone colors, and that's exactly what I did, and I'm probably going to do the same for October. The next palette I have here is Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette. I use this one quite a lot. So I love the colors, I love the formula, I love the pigment on all of them, and I especially love the glitters in here. Love this palette. This next palette is Makeup Revolution Soph X palette. It's a really good palette. It's very affordable and the pigments are great. Yeah, and I probably used this like about 2 times, so, but it's a good palette. The last one is the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. I use this a lot. I love the smoky colors in here. It is just overall a really great palette. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into primers, foundations, concealers, and things like that. First thing in here is my Curology sunscreen. I use this stuff every day, and it's starting to empty little by little, so I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to repurchase a new one, and just overall it's a really great sunscreen, and it's going to continue to stay in my drawer. Next item I have in my basket is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and this is the shade 3 Light Medium. I use this stuff if not every day, every other day. It's amazing, love it, can't complain, and I might keep her in my drawer, we'll see. Next item that I picked out was the MAC Strobe Cream in Silver Light. Now I didn't really enjoy this product too much. I feel like it just wasn't giving what it's supposed to give. It's very not noticeable, and I put this under my foundation and it doesn't do much, so I didn't really gravitate towards this one too much. I have 3 more primers to get through. So this is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dupe Primer. I really enjoyed this. I use this one a ton, and it's just a really great primer. Next primer that I have is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I used this one a few times. I can't complain. It's a good primer. Feels good, looks good, smells good, so I like that. My last primer is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I really love this primer. I always have great things to say about it. It's just great at making your makeup last. It's also very hydrating on the skin, and it smells like lemons. Love this. Next, for foundations, I pulled 3, and I'm going to go in the order from my favorite to least favorite. This is the Oma by Sharon C Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation. I have it on today, and it's very different in texture. I squirted it on the back of my hand to kind of like get my thoughts together about this texture. Like, it's just different from anything in my collection. I feel like the texture is just very like bouncy, and it's just different. I really enjoy this foundation. It's great coverage, and overall my thoughts about it is just, I love it. Again, here's what it looks like, and I am in the shade Honey Honey T1. Next I have my Huda Beauty foundation stick, and I'm in the shade Cheesecake. I really forgot how good this foundation was. Now it really does enhance your pores, so just beware about that. But other than that, it's a great foundation. The coverage is amazing. It's full coverage and it just looks so flawless on the skin. Let's see how much I have left. Okay. I still have a good amount left. I've had this foundation for quite some time, so I probably might have to pull it into my project pan or another Shop My Stash so I can get more use out of it. But it's a really great foundation and I really enjoyed it this month. The last foundation is my Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. I got the shade 116 Light Medium. Now I go back and forth with this foundation. I feel like the coverage is great, but the color is just kind of off sometimes. It works, but it looks kind of orangey. I don't know. I really don't know with this foundation. I kind of still have to gather my thoughts. Like, I wish I would have used it more, but I just kind of wanted to use products that I know that I like and that I'm safe with. But overall, it's a good foundation. I just need to work with it a little bit more. Next I have concealers. I pulled the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer to match with the foundation, and then I pulled my Pat McGrath Labs concealer, and I'm in the shade L5. And in this concealer I'm the wrong shade, but it's 18 medium tan. It's definitely too deep of a shade to like highlight my under eyes or my nose with, but if I need extra coverage on my face, I will just put that there and it'll add coverage. Like I said, no highlighting here, but it's an okay concealer. This concealer, Pat McGrath Labs, love it. It's super buildable. It's lightweight, but like I said, buildable coverage. The coverage is amazing and I love how it looks under my eyes. Moving on to blush, bronzer, powder, things like that. I pulled my Marc Jacobs bronzer in the shade Tantalize 106. I didn't use it that much. It's a great bronzer, but I just didn't reach for it as much. I think because most of the time it was hidden and I was like, oh yeah, I have that, but I just didn't use it as much. This bronzer that I pulled was the Physicians Formula Butter Coffee bronzer. I love this stuff. It's so amazing. It has glitter in it, like shimmer in it, not glitter. It has shimmer in it, so it makes you look very luminous and glowy. Just makes your skin look healthy, and I love it. It smells super good. Okay, we're just dropping stuff now. For cream bronzer, I pulled my Huda Beauty contour bronzer cream in light, and then I pulled my LYS contour stick in the shade Courage. So I'm just gonna quickly show you guys. I switched off on both of them and used both of them quite a lot throughout this month. Oh, and I'm also gonna let you guys know how many times I did my makeup this month. I was definitely keeping track. Future editing Danny here. I forgot to tell you guys the number of times I did my makeup this month, but it is right here. I did my makeup 20 times this month. That is so crazy. So in the month of September, there were 30 days in the month, so that means I did not do my makeup 10 times. But anyways, I'm so proud of myself for getting used out of my makeup, but just thought I'd interrupt the video to let you guys know because I totally forgot to. So okay, bye. This is what the contour stick looks like. For powder, I pulled the Bite Beauty Changemaker Pressed Powder in medium 1. This is a little bit dark for under my eyes, but it's still, I could still make it work. But overall, it's a really great powder and I love her. For highlight, I pulled 3. I didn't use this one at all, so we're going to skip her. I used my Becca Opal highlight a ton. I also used the Too Faced Love Light in the shade Blinded by the Light highlighter a lot. It's broken, but still works, and it's a beautiful highlight. For blush, I pulled 2 powder, 1 cream, and I also pulled 1 liquid highlight, so I'm going to show you guys. It kind of falls out of the tin. Oh, see it fell. Okay. But I used this blush a ton. This is in the shade Ibiza, and it's from Cargo. This is what it looks like. I also used my Cover FX blush a ton as well. I was switching off between the two. I just love how it looks together, and this is in Soft Peach. My Dose of Colors cream blush. It's pretty good. I just didn't reach for it that much. And then I pulled my Goldgasm Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Goldgasm. Love this stuff. Alright, so now we can put all this away and shut my stash for October. I definitely could use a cleaning on my vanity, but this is the tragedy that happened. I'm very sad, but it's okay. Like, move on. Okay. So for primers, I'm like definitely trying to pull different things, but oh, okay, can pull this one. Oops. This is my Kat Von D Lock-It Primer. I'm gonna pull her because I haven't used her in a while. Let's see. I could pull my Wet n Wild Primer Serum, and I want to pull this one, but I have a putty primer in my project pan, so let me see. Primer's over here. You can either pull this one or this one. I'm gonna pull both because this one is matte primer. Sometimes I need the matte, but this one's hydrating, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull both. And we have 4, so that's more than enough. I forgot that I got 2 new products, so I put the Milani primer back, but I'm gonna be exchanging it for the NYX Plump Right Back primer. And instead of pulling this back into my stash because I've been using them both a lot, I'm just gonna use this one. I really don't like it. I did a review on TikTok. I used it today as well. Don't really like it, but I need to try different things, and it's in my collection now, so I definitely need to use it. So there we go. This is not a primer, but we have 4 primers and then this all over glow situation. So now we can move on to foundations. For foundations, what I'm trying to do is put all my foundations that I just used back here so I don't like pull them again. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. But I have a new foundation and I did a video on this. I really love it. It's a L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation and I'm in the shade 480. Definitely pulling this one. I might as well pull the matching foundation to the primer. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. This is very full coverage and I'm in the shade Light Neutral 47. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more foundation. I'm going to go ahead and pull my Il Makiage foundation. I'm in the shade 060 Woke Up Like This. And I think we're good with primers and foundations. We can move on to bronzer, which my bronzer drawer is right here. These are all my powder bronzers. So let's go ahead and see. I don't remember the last time I pulled this one was, but we'll hold off. So I just pulled this one. So I pulled this one last round, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. It's the Butter Cake Bronzer. It looks like I haven't used it. Maybe I just swatched it or used it once, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. I just also got this Huda Beauty Glowish Bronzer, so I'm also going to be pulling this one. And then for powder, pressed powder, I'm going to pull my CoverGirl Clean Fresh. And I am in the shade 140 Light Pale. And then I also have a new powder. It's from Huda Beauty, so I'm going to pull this one. I am in the shade 03 Light. For loose powder, I'm going to go ahead and pull my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is the 3 Voile Rose. Rose? Okay. Hard to pronounce, but I'm gonna pull this one. So I keep forgetting, but I also have this new bronzer from Nabla, so I guess we're just gonna have 3 single powder bronzers. So Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying single is because I plan on pulling face palettes too. But yeah, so we have 3 bronzers and so far 2 powders. For concealer, and pull my Il Makiage concealer. Might as well match with the foundation. I'm also going to match with my Kat Von D foundation, and I'm going to pull the Good Apple concealer. I am in the shade Light 105. And I also got a new concealer, so I have to pull it. So this month we're going to have 3. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer, and I am in the shade For Fair. Moving on to cream bronzer. This is my newest addition, so I'm just going to be pulling this one. Here's my face palette drawer, and I just wanted to pull one, but I'm like, I love this one, and I could pull it to match. I also haven't used it in a while, or I love this palette, face palette, and I haven't used it in a while either. But they came out with 3 new ones, and I'm definitely going to get all 3. It's the Tiger, the Butterfly, and the Elephant palette. So I'm like, before I get those 3, should I use this one up some more? Should I show it some love, have it in a while? Or should I pull this one to match? Like, I'm trying not to I'm trying not to overwhelm myself. But it's between this and the Kat Von D. You know what? I'm going to pull both, set them aside, and think about it. But let's move on to blush. I'm going to be pulling this one. It's brand new to my collection, and I definitely have to pull her in, like, no doubt about it. This is the Juvia's Place Blush Rouge Volume 4. I definitely have been missing my Rare Beauty liquid blushes, so I'm going to be pulling one of these. I used the shade Happy today, so I'm going to pull the shade Encourage. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one all the way at the bottom. It's a NYX blush, and it's in the shade Double Dare. It is so gorgeous, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. And I think we should be good on blush, so we can move on to highlight. So for highlight, I just got this one. It's a Nabla highlight in Amnesia, so definitely going to be pulling her. I'm going to go ahead and pull my Kylie highlight in the shade Queen Drip. Here's what that looks like. It's not my favorite, but I haven't used it in a while, so I might as well grab for it. And then I'm going to pull my Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood highlighter. And I think that'll be it for this drawer. For palettes, I definitely did not pick up the new Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette, so I'm gonna pull this one into my stash. And then since Too Faced also came out with new holiday palettes, I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of these ones from last year. Ooh, oh my god. Wait, they're both so pretty. I forgot how beautiful these were. I'm gonna go with the Christmas in Paris one. I did forget about this one. It's the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I got it at Marshall's for 30 bucks. So definitely gonna be pulling this one, and we're on a Too Faced, you know, kick this month. So I'm not mad at it. I love Too Faced shadows. They're the best. So I think I'm done with eyeshadow palettes. And now I decided that I want to just use my Hourglass face palette. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Universe palette. In this palette you get 2 blushes, 1 bronzer, and 2 highlighters. I love this palette so much, and like I just said, they came out with 3 new palettes, and I'm definitely getting all 3, but I need to show some love to this one before I get those. So whew, I have my hands full for October. We are filled to the brim with makeup. I have to organize this in a better way, and I still have my project pan items, so I definitely show love to everything, but let's go ahead and organize this makeup. So I just decided that I'm going to put this one back because I have a lot of bronzers, and I also pulled a face palette, so I will definitely pull this one next month, but I'm going to go ahead and put her back. But here is what the drawer is looking like. I'm also going to throw this in here because it's a new eyeliner and I don't want to forget to use it. So we'll put her here. It looks stunning. Can't wait to use all this makeup, create some more fall looks, etc. But here is my primers, concealers, and foundations. And then over here we have blush, bronzer, highlight, and loose and pressed powders, and also the little eyeliner. And then back here we have our palettes, eyeshadow palettes, and my face palette. We are all done with this Shop My Stash video for October. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below to join my pink girly fam. And I will see you lovelies in my next video. Bye!